spins. A-star quizzes, A-plus the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints we rock. We earn 30 years so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men. We install doubt in you and your yes men. And if the game had veins, we'll insert upheaval the ground. Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing. We're leaving the kings of all crowns. So are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter, right? Turn it up, y'all keep the flow. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Ready, set, stay back.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
There you go. Check 53. I got you, punk. Check 52. Check safety. Check safety.
They run with Ezekiel Elliott, last year's NFL rushing leader. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Cowboys and Eagles, of course, such a great rivalry. Last year, the Cowboys got the better of the Eagles both times that they met, with Philly coming off their Super Bowl title. But in weeks 10 and 14, it was Dallas beating Philly by a single possession. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
Mike 54. Mike 54.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8. And he is the NFC reigning offensive player of the week. You got to think, all the guys that take the field each and every week, that's not an easy award. Always has to feel good to grab.
It has to feel great because it separates you, at least for a week, amongst your peers. And for him to separate again, he has to have the same type of a game. That means being explosive off the line of scrimmage and catching everything that comes his way.
17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Looking to throw, Prescott. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The end result, 21 yards. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
And he did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school.
At the 22-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
This is Elliott. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of...
Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Intended that time for Cooper. No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Now a 2-time 1,000-yard rusher for the Bears. This is Jordan Howard. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
On 2nd down now, it's Howard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there, 1st down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Watch 54, watch 54. General West. Let's go.
On first, they go right back to Howard. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on 2nd down, Wentz. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
Lefty. Hey, dude. He's checking.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 39.
A gain of 18 on the play.
I'm just impressed he held on to that football. You're coming across the middle on the crossing route like that, absorb that contact. Whew.
All we talk about in today's football is trying to get the football away from the offensive player. Sometimes you just can't do that, and you have to finish a play off with a good old-fashioned tackle, as we just saw.
Back. Sunday. Hey, we're good.
On 2nd and 9, Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try to apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
Now Wentz. And he's going to go down again. DeMarcus Lawrence, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. Back deep is Tavon Austin. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
No score after one on EA Sports. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Not today, you are. Not today.
Elliott. Nigel Bradham brings him down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative. But you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Kill. 54. Mike's 54. Kill. Hey, turn it up. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike.
On 3rd down, Elliott. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Tighten up. Pull it together.
Now Elliott. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy 1st down. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
And we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. It's been a long day for you.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. And he's got some space here. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. Well, this is the reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Runs like that might get him another award.
Yeah, Thunderbolt right out of the gate, huh? How about that, hitting the defense hard early? And, of course, carrying the momentum from last week into this week's game.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. To throw is Prescott. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. Dak Prescott last year against Philly, boy, biggest game of his career passing yardage-wise, 455 yards, 3 touchdowns in a 29-23 December victory over the Eagles. The first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15.
Under.
10th carry now for Elliott. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid game. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Check 37. Check 37. Go. Get out there. Let's go. And we got Mike, number 50.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now it's the Florida Atlantic alum. This is Alfred Morris. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Alfred Morris, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. Room here to run. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 sets, 5 DBs. But what also happens then, you take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Wentz off the fake handoff to Howard. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Working from the gun, Wentz. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They'll get 19 out of this, but it will still bring up a 4th down. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. On 1st and 10, Prescott. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Prescott from the gun. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. With it is Jackson. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit.
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Randy Gregory showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. To throw is Wentz. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Watch the whip.
On third and long, it's Wentz. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's fourth down. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
They'll run with Elliott. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Taken down back at the 15-yard line.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long. And the ball is knocked out. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. A big third down pickup of 20 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
2nd and 5 now. Wentz. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
On third down, this is Howard. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
How about the fellas with the stars on the side of their helmets rising up on defense? We always hear about the Cowboys' rushing offense. Their rush defense is pretty good as well, I think, because they're so cohesive. Defensive line, linebackers really work well together.
And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
A nice little juke. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his 2nd rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. Tackle made there by Zach Brown. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter, standing just about on his own goal line. On the return, Jackson. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Watch the slant, watch the slant.
They run with Howard. Now they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Wentz. This is caught by Jackson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down. Wentz now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now Wentz. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Off the edge, it's Tyrone Crawford with a sack.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
The throw by Wentz, caught by Jackson. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Wentz. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick, and his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. A 20th carry here for Elliott. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Throwing, Prescott. Steps away to his left. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Here we go. Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Let's go, tight end. Let's go.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. So they'll try and run for it with Elliott. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain. You need to get the ball away here in the 4th quarter while you're just holding a slim lead, but that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And we've seen drive after drive come up empty for them, and they've yet to dent the scoreboard, yet still right in the middle of a 1-score game.
So this is where you absolutely have to forget everything that's happened in your previous drives. They don't matter right now. You just mentioned it. 1-score game. This drive here can erase all of what happened previously.
That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. 1st down. So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On 2nd and 7, Wentz looking deep downfield. It got his man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. On play action, Wentz. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22.5 set in 2001. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with to have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team would say, yeah, we called him the disruptor, and that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter, maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Prescott. That one complete. Elliott. And able to get a little more breathing room out to the 5-yard line. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter. He's been terrific so far. And he's able to get it out of there.
Trey 15, Trey 15. Mike 55, Mike 55. Man out, man out, man out, man out.
A 1st down run, not going to get him a whole lot. Maybe a yard. And it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Randy Gregory in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going.
Hey, defense, let's go. 6 guys, check 6 guys. Bang, 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 bang. Check, lucky, lucky, lucky. Right there, 54, right there.
Here's Wentz to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They go to Elliott again. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Prescott looking deep in the direction of Cooper. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And you're still in this game. Yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Wentz, and he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Randy Gregory in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. From the gun, it's Wentz. Wide open receiver complete. And they do finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 41. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Wentz now on 1st down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter, and find their way open.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Try and get it all back with one big shot right there, but even if successful, that doesn't get them all the way back to where they need to be. Can't totally abandon throwing the ball underneath as well.
Wentz now to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Back across midfield, just across midfield at the 49.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. On 1st down. It's Elliott. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 31-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough. But, yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today, you guys are nails out there.
So for Dallas, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they drop just their 2nd game so far as they fall to 5-2. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad arrow. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad need pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more desto. Hit your thought, I'ma catch those. Mexican, don't make pesos. Hit your sauce, I'll replace those. Number save, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, like them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet points of God.
Big numbers, big numbers. 100 in a bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist man, check the wrist man, got him hot. Ay, man can't ball like this, man. Lord, past the pig skin, when he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your 5th grand. Run it up, 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 count it up. Ay, hundreds and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them.